Yeah, there's no doubt there's been some real level of co-option, not without some successes. I think it has already pointed out. It has changed the conversation and has brought the idea of mission back into the equation, which largely in the Western church, it had pretty much didn't have the language there. I mean, the fact that we forgot that God was a missionary God, the Missio Dei was the discovery of the 20th century, really? There's so much part of the scripture,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The Father sent the Son, and the Father send. That's the word of mission, and that we are sent. That means it's so obvious to us now, but I mean, you realize how, I don't even know how we forgot it. But so yes, I think there was some co-option. There has been some success, but I think it became just with the very pragmatic church growth folk who just thought, well, this is the next thing. And I think the great danger, and in any scenario, and particularly in the shift from the non-missional ecclesiology, and I actually would put church growth in there as well. Maybe I don't know whether it agrees with that, but I see it as an extension of the Christendom form of church. It was just the adding of the evangelistic function. So evangelism.
I could agree with that. Yeah.
Well, it's interesting. Eddie Gibbs, who was one of the fathers of church growth theory, I remember he said this to me in his very perfect English accent. Is it talking about church growth, or what we call the contemporary church? He says it's a pig with lipstick, but it's still a pig. And what he meant is not like it's insulting. It's just saying it's the same beast. It's just got all the lipstick on it. And I think that's the truth. I didn't think, church growth really was a change of the game. In fact, that was the mistake. McGavran understood it, but I don't think Wagner did. And I think, so I would say, if we look at our way of thinking about the church, has always got a steeple, always got a pulpit, always got a worship band. Well, that's of course church growth. And the problem is it's a singular understanding of the church. It's a single model. God has used it without question, but it's now plucked all the low-hanging fruit, and we're going to need to climb the tree now to get the fruit, and that requires a genuinely missionary response. So I would say, Dan, it's been co-opted, but you know what? There's no plan B on this. Where do we go back to? Well, are we going to go back to church growth? Well, we're seeing the outcome of that now. It's interesting that Drucker said this. He said that whom the gods will destroy, they give 40 years of success. And, I think it's true. I think we're seeing the end of the era of church growth now. And actually, probably more now than ever before, we need the missional conversation.